A bit of the game's a little bit broken. Matt was left thinking that the War Within endgame campaign was oddly low budget compared to other things. That's because for him there was no voice acting. For me, there was voice acting.
Yeah, that was a little bit, let's call it interesting. I definitely enjoyed the max level campaign, but I definitely enjoyed it with a big asterisk, which is this game broken? What's going on? So I did see people in chat there obviously talking about, there's no nuance. We're either paid shills or Blizzard haters. So we're going to be Blizzard haters for the first section. And then by the time we get into the actual review, which won't take very long, I'm sure there will be, accusations of both, let's say. So yeah, you know voice acting because the dialogue would just turn off as a bug and you have to restart your game to get it back. Which I didn't do because I thought it was just unvoiced. Because I was like, oh, I guess they just ran out of money over.
And that actually is it. The sound problems that usually plague our stream, in fact, infected the World of Warcraft. So the other side of this is they've also pulled the 5th chapter in the States. So thank you, North Americans, for being our beta testers. We appreciate it, Did
Wowhead pull it from YouTube?
Don't know, but, it is nice, be it a bug in World of Warcraft, be it the Germans, America's always here to help.
The way you, I think it's whenever you have a joke you start to deliver, you almost go into sponsor segue mode.
That is so embarrassing.
For a second, I was like, do we have a sponsor for the stream?
1 minute.
Did he not tell me about that? What?
I need to end my existence.
Yes.
This is just unfortunate because, people do voice acting. People record, they record their lines, they put together the story, and then you turn the game on, the story's gone. There's a major cinematic. It's been around data mining discords. It's on the Wowhead YouTube channel. I don't know if they have an article.
I don't know, but I would highly recommend not watching it because it's a big things happen in it. So don't watch it. Play the experience for yourself.
Yes. So what happened is, whatever way it went live, there was no sound in the cinematic, I think. Was it?
I don't know. I think it was intermittently, but it was like, I heard wrong audio. Obviously, we didn't get the test it ourselves because we're here in the post-beta test world. We get it tomorrow after you're all finished testing. Thank you very much for that, obviously.
Yeah, so a little bit awkward. Like, Matt played through the entire campaign. There was no voice acting, and he didn't know whether there should have been or not. And then, so somebody in NA played through the campaign quickly. Not quickly, but, they played through it whenever it was first available. And then they go and play this. They will have had the first stage of the campaign have no VO, and then they'll have the final cinematic have broken audio, which is kind of not ideal. It's also very not ideal for devs at Blizzard. They, nobody... I mean, there was a video. There's a video we published over on the news channel, and I titled it. It's about Star Wars Outlaws. This is an Ubisoft developer's, nightmare. And the reason why is because an update to the game necessitated the bricking of player save files. And generically speaking, I think that actually is a game developer's number one nightmare. Is that a fix to a narrative game breaks a save game. So while this is not that tier of nightmare, definitely a bit of a nightmare. However, it's fixed as of now for the regular campaign, chapters 1 through 4. I imagine in EU it will be totally fine for us because it will have been fixed because of NA. And from what we understand, they've pulled the 5th chapter of the campaign on North American servers. But I imagine it will be back pretty soon.
That depends on whether or not it's fixed.
It does.
That's kind of the awkward part in this world, where those bugs can be. Oh yeah, that's obvious. You look at it and go, yeah, I can fix that in a matter of a couple of minutes, as long as you can isolate the problem. So hotfix the ship, done. Or it could be people scrambling, going, where is this bug coming from? What the hell? For a couple of hours or even longer. And then it could be a thing where maybe they can't even hotfix the thing. Maybe, I imagine they can, just because it seems to have been an issue with, it was Marleman talking about it. Obviously, used to run WoW tools when that was a thing. Obviously, it's still there for, the actual software's there, just not the service. So obviously there's a load of There's a lot of talk about it being the unencryption process causing that issue, and that it was known and reported, but they can't really publicly report those because it's, hey, we noticed a big thing in your spoiler thing. So I think there's a handful of problems with that were kind of like, because it was one of their devs who posts on Twitter quite regularly said something along the lines of like, this isn't like a thing of QA, it was a live environment issue, so no amount of QA could have saved it. And it was like, yeah, but we knew there were kind of issues here and there, so it's unfortunate realistically. Obviously they don't want the narrative of this game needs more QA, but I think after today I would almost certainly say this expansion needed another month. I think a month, possibly 2 weeks, because there's a lot of this where bug fixing gets accelerated when it hits a live platform.
Yes,
because then you have to fix the bugs or your users will explode in real life.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
the stakes couldn't be higher. The player base will literally die.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So there's that. There's the auction house issues. There's a whole bunch of different problems, which was in the max level campaign, the first bit. There's a part where an NPC was like, "We'll fly ahead, hop on my mount, we'll fly away together," and then the second person hopped on and flew away, and the first person just stood there. And I'm like, you didn't match your actual in-game scripting up to the like dialogue you'd written. How do you let that happen? There's a lot of really small things like that, and then there's a huge amount of like the auction house problems. Again, could QA have caught that? I don't know. Is it literally an issue of something they did specifically for the War Within? Is it just there's that many players and there's that much like auction house activity now? It's hard to say, but
yeah, I suppose there can also be like how add-ons work with the auction house that probably can increase the number of requests.
Yeah, because obviously, like,
if everybody's sitting there doing,
everyone is TSM cancel scan.
Everyone is sniping. Yes,
everyone is TSM cancel scan, and like that's
you're doing it. I'm doing it.
I'm not.
We've ruined. I've not used TSM in years. Although I mean, I think that TSM is beyond awesome.
Yes, it is fantastic as a bit of software and as an add-on. It is excellent. Its impact on the game, however, is far too strong, and Blizzard should. I don't know how they would do this, but they should probably nuke add-ons interacting with the auction house almost entirely. Which I don't like to say because if I had to buy things on Auctioneator, I'd never go to the auction house. But realistically, it's like, I don't want to get into this like realistically because it's really deep, and I'm not super like into that kind of gameplay. But it is insane. Like, for the first time this expansion, I played around with Craft Sim.
Craft Sim?
Yeah.
Which is
a craft sim. Literally, I can just go, okay, so you have all the data from the auction house that you just pulled from a scan from Auctioneator or TSM. What items can I make profit me?
Yes.
And it just goes, oh yeah, there. And it'll average out your profit over however much, including all the simming of your stats and shit. And I'm just like, I'm not playing this fucking game if I'm making money this way. Obviously, I didn't have the profession things to do that very much, but it was still like
that right. To me,
yeah,
that is great. This add-on makes the playability of what I want to do better. Therefore, I will do it more. So that's like a player interesting because like to me that add-on's class.
Yeah, so like Craft Sim combined with TSM cancel scanning is just like, man, playing the game on at an economic level. And that being your kind of gameplay is such a different world from how like most players will engage with the game. It's such a hyper specialized niche thing, which I think kind of causes a little bit of an issue when it comes to sheer amount of like cancel scanning requests and stuff like that.
Well, Matt, the good news is it could always get worse. Because you know what we don't have? We don't have...
I have a lot of answers for that. None of them are good.
We don't have investment funds in World of Warcraft.
Yet.
Now imagine... Yes, that's it. Imagine if we just start to pull money into a World of Warcraft gold investment fund, of course playing the commodities market because it's cross-server. You just, you put billions of gold through the... maybe I should stop giving them ideas. I'm just imagining like a guild that... imagine a guild of like 200 people. They're like our traders, our brokers, or whatever. No, our traders. and you just have them play the commodities market. But they're doing so with like every character they have gold capped.
We've just
Because other people
recreated
are
the stock market.
Yeah, well,
we've just
yes, exactly.
we've just made like a Wall Street Stormwind edition, like spot on, mate. Spot on, mate.
Basically.
Do they have guillotines in the Marvel
Mr.
universe?
Hozakostas, I want to be able to purchase bismuth futures in World of Warcraft.
Tiresome.
Very tiresome, very tiresome. So,
yeah, realistically, I think like
lots of live environment issues,
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. Could 2 weeks of a delay find more of them? Maybe. Hard to know. It's so far out of our wheelhouse.
I think it feels like there's some stuff that could only have been countered at live, but I think there's an awful lot of things that aren't just going to be found on live, or that you can't do with like live replication in some capacity or something along those lines. And like I don't mean like they've completely, it's completely scuppered or whatever, or this expansion is terrible. It's literally just there are some issues that really impact playability that's frustrating. And I say the expansion needs another month. If they for some reason asked me in like July, we're like, you get to make the call, do we delay it a month? And I know everything I know now, which sort of ruins it, but you make the call now. I don't know if I would say yes. I think that it was the right call,
Yeah.
but also the expansion needed another month in QA, if you know what I mean. It was, they still made the right decision, but it had the impact still was here, which is like really, really frustrating. But it happens to enough games, and World of Warcraft itself isn't such a specifically, I guess, scuffed situation, being 20 years old as a game, and also pushing boundaries. Because obviously it's like RuneScape releases something no one expected to fall over, but that's because RuneScape.
RuneScape is now
$1 billion.
$2 a month cheaper than World of Warcraft.
Damn.
It used to be $3.50 cheaper than World of Warcraft. And this is a major cause for concern.